to another episode on the Unshakable Transmission series today about receiving, but it's going to take an interesting angle. I'm going to share with you today something that completely changed everything for myself as well as clients, and I'm going to be speaking about how your attachment style sets the foundation for how safe your body feels to receive money, clients, opportunities, love, everything. And when I speak about attachment style, I'm not just speaking about you being able to receive romantic love. I'm speaking about clients, business, everything. Hello, thank you for joining. Feel free to share any questions you have. And if you stay long enough, I'm going to do an energy reading for this group. And so your attachment style, like I said, really sets the foundation for your ability to receive things in your life. This is why you can say affirmations, you can visualize, you can journal, you can tell yourself, I'm open to receive, I desire XYZ, and it doesn't come. And this is not because you need to do more. This is not because you need to push, force, grip, control. This is because your nervous system doesn't feel safe having that desire. So if your nervous system doesn't feel safe having that desire, you will subtly block it from coming. And so most people think that receiving equals, or in order to receive, you need to do more. You need to have a stronger mindset. You need to visualize. You need to, all this masculine energy outward. But the truth is, receiving is all about safety. And there's been many people in the collective talking about, oh, you need to build capacity. Oh, you need to build capacity. And I'm going to clarify it right here for everyone right now. If your body does not feel safe, like if you don't feel safe right now in this moment with all the energy in your body, you're not going to feel safe receiving something. And so what you first need to do, the first step is building safety. From that place, then you can build more capacity. But ironically, when you build safety, you are building capacity. And so the real question is not like, oh, what more do I need to do? Why am I not receiving? And the real question is, does my body believe it's safe to have what I desire? I'm going to say that again. The real question is, does my body feel safe to have what I desire? And for many, many people, they say they want something, they say they desire something, and they don't feel safe with it. So it doesn't come. Your subconscious will always try and keep you safe. And for many people, they try gripping, they try controlling, and then it just creates more of that. Throughout this episode, I'm going to break down how you can actually receive more, and then more detail into how your attachment style is the reason you are not able to fully receive. So the first thing you need to understand is that you are not separate from your desires. Everything you desire in your heart, I'm speaking about heart desires, not ego. Everything that you desire in your heart is there for a reason. You are connected to it in your heart. But the problem with many, many people is that they live life from their logical mind. So they're trying to go chase their desires. 1 + 1 is 2. It's very logical. It's very masculine. It's very mathematical. But that's not how the world of energy or desires work. And so you need to understand that you are one with everything that you desire. It is not separate from you. And so you're probably asking, okay, well then how do I receive it? Well, you need to unlock it inside of yourself. You need to be one with that thing. And so being one with that thing is all about nervous system. And so energetically, you're not separate from everything that you desire. However, your nervous system still feels separate. So what you need to do is work at the energy, the foundation, the root level. This is all the work that I do with clients. And so until you create that foundation within your nervous system, where your nervous system believes you are connected, you are one with everything, it will always feel fleeting. It will always feel far away. And then you will always go back into the logical mind. And so that's why you might experience yourself. Some of my clients experience themselves like, having these desires and feeling like they need to chase it, or feeling in this like waiting game. And a lot of the common subconscious signals that I see with my clients, people I work with, is I'm only safe when I'm in control. Visibility is dangerous. Receiving means I owe someone something. Abundance comes through effort. These are really, really important that I want to hit on, that I see a lot in my clients, because for many people, receiving means that you feel guilty, you owe someone something, and your natural state is abundance. Hello, Joe. And so receiving is all about feeling safe in the surrender, feeling safe to receive without owing anyone anything. And so for many, many people, 99% of the population, you believed and grew up in a state that abundance comes from force, abundance comes from effort, I need to push, control. And so that is why when you are not in control, when you are not pushing, when you are not forcing, you feel unsafe. The mind, the logical mind says, do more, do more, do more. But the mind and body are disconnected. The mind's like, do more, force, control, hustle. And the body's like, we're not safe. We don't want to do that. And so what you need to really be doing is nervous system work. And it's really all about integrating the mind, the heart, and the nervous system. And so with like this type of work, what you need to understand is that when the body feels safe, receiving becomes effortless. Receiving, by the way, is your natural state. It's who you've always been. You just went away from it. And so what you really need to reflect on is where in your life are you performing abundance versus embodying abundance. I'm going to say that again because this is really, really important. I want you to ask and reflect to yourself, where are you performing abundance versus actually embodying abundance? Performing abundance looks like force, control, grip, control, having to do everything on your own. Embodying abundance is the energy of abundance, the frequency is unlocked inside of you. It's inside of you. It's not outside of you. And from that place, when you embody abundance, everything meets you right back there. So I really want you to ask yourself and reflect on what are the subconscious signals that you relate and identify with that I just shared. I'm only safe when I'm in control. Visibility is dangerous. Receiving means I owe someone something. That's a really big one that I see. And so you're always going to block yourself off because you're not going to feel safe. You're going to feel filled with guilt and shame. So if you want to shift this, you can access my 3-day abundance reset. You can DM me abundance and I guide you exactly how to do this. The next part of this live is I want to go into the attachment style and how this is the hidden blueprint and how specifically your attachment style shapes not only romantic relationships, but every single thing in your life. You have attachment patterns with everything in your life, with money, with business, with clients, with visibility, with success. You are in a relationship with everything in your life. So when I speak about attachment styles and how it blocks, impacts receiving, I don't just mean romantic love, I mean everything. And so your attachment style is the emotional blueprint your nervous system runs to feel safe or unsafe in connection. I'm going to say that again. Your attachment style determines your emotional blueprint. Your nervous system feels safe to receive anything. And attachment style is not just romantic. You have relationships with money, business, clients, everything. So you really need to ask yourself, what is your predominant attachment style with everything in your life? Because where it is in one area, it is in the other. For example, if you are avoidant with connection, this is what I see with a lot of clients, especially high performers. If you are avoidant with connection, with people, it's going to also show up being avoidant with money, being avoidant with clients. You're going to push it away subconsciously and you're going to avoid it. Another example is if you're anxious in connection with business, with clients, you're going to overgive, you're going to chase, you're going to micromanage outcomes. And then another thing that I see is like a mix of avoidant and anxious. It's called disorganized. And so you're going to crave being seen, but when it comes to it, when it lands, you're going to hide. So attachment isn't just about dating. It's about how you relate to life itself. I'm going to say that again. Attachment isn't just about dating or romantic relationships. It's about how you relate to life itself. So you really need to get clear and ask yourself, what is your attachment style to life itself? Chances are, if you're a high performer, you're avoidant, also maybe anxious. And you need to really get honest with yourself on how that's coming up across your life, with business, with clients, with money, with everything. And be honest with yourself. You say you want one thing, yet you do another. And this is not your fault. You don't need to shame or judge yourself, but you do need to get honest with yourself. And it's not your fault. It's just where your nervous system is at. So if you want help shifting this, this is all the work I do. You can DM me. And so next I'm just staying in my body. If you want an energy reading, I'll be doing that shortly. And so you attract the same energetic attachment that you hold to life itself. So for example, if you are avoidant with people, with money, with whatever, you will attract avoidant unavailable people. That goes with romantic, that goes with clients, that goes with everything. If you are anxious, you will attract people who pull away. You will attract clients who are like in, out, because that's the energy that you're embodying. So you really need to get clear and sit with yourself and be honest with yourself on what is your attachment style with life itself. If you are avoidant, you will be avoidant with clients, business, love, everything. If you are anxious, you will be anxious with everything in your life, and you will attract that same energy. So if you're wondering why clients are coming or going, or why, people are being anxious with you or avoidant or whatever, the world is just mirroring back your internal attachment pattern. I'm going to say that again. The external world is simply mirroring back your internal attachment pattern. And attachment pattern is not just with dating, it's with everything in life. It's how you relate to life itself. And life is always going to mirror that back to you. So if you are someone that's still trying to find more abundance, you don't find abundance, you already are abundant. If you are someone that is looking to receive more, but you aren't, chances are you're operating and embodying in an avoidant attachment style because you are scared of what it will cost you, or you don't feel that you'll be able to feel safe receiving all of it. So for a moment, guys, I'm going to take a sip. I want you to ask yourself, what is your attachment style with life itself? There's a really incredible book called Detached. It's specific on romantic stuff. You don't necessarily need to read it, but ask yourself, how do you show up in connection? How do you show up with your relationship with money, business, clients, everything? You have relationships with everything in your life. And it's not to shame yourself or guilt yourself or anything. It's to be honest with yourself, because the way that you relate to life itself is the way that you relate to everything in your life. It really comes down to how much you trust yourself, how much you navigate and can handle uncertainty. And so for many people that I see, my clients who are very ambitious, have it all on paper, they have this underlying attachment style of avoidance. And their nervous system is emitting out energy of, don't give me my dreams. And this is really, really important. So if you resonate with being a high performer and you may notice that you are an avoidant, you need to listen to this. So avoidant energy is, don't give me my dreams, I don't want it. Even though consciously you may actually really, really want it. You may actually really want them, but your body doesn't feel safe receiving them. So I'm going to give you an example of what I see a lot with clients. Some of my clients who are entrepreneurs, they want a bigger business. They want more clients, but subconsciously their nervous system does not feel safe with it, receiving it, because they associate receiving more with having to give more, or having to owe someone something, or sacrificing their soul, or not being in control. So you see how consciously you may want something, but your nervous system is like, danger, 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 danger. So you will always block yourself from receiving it and emit out this energy. And so the common signs that I see amongst avoidant, very successful individuals are, you may continue overworking a lot to stay in control. You may stay busy to avoid feeling. You may overanalyze instead of trusting. Also, what I see a lot is you may push people and opportunities away even though you want it. It's not your fault. You just haven't rewired the nervous system, so the nervous system feels safe holding everything that you desire. And so you may subconsciously actually be blocking yourself, and you're probably wondering, why aren't my desires here? Like, I know I'm great. I know you're powerful. I know you're ambitious, successful. It's because your nervous system doesn't feel safe. If your nervous system feels like it's going to jeopardize you in any way, it will always try and keep you safe. And so before you build capacity in your nervous system, you need to build safety. You need to rewire it. This is everything that's in my 3-day abundance reset. It will guide you step by step, very simple, very powerful shifts that you'll receive. And so you need to really get clear and ask yourself what energy you're operating in, because you're going to attract that in your life, not just with money, but with people, opportunities, places, things. They're going to just mirror back your internal attachment style. And like I said, avoidance attracts avoidant people, avoidant opportunities. It's inconsistent. It's unavailable. Anxious attracts anxious. And so you really need to get clear on that. And when you're operating an energy of avoidance, attachment style, there's a lot of chaos there. And control feels safer than being calm, than being peaceful. So you subconsciously just self-sabotage and actually experience more chaos, even though you don't even want to experience it. And so when life feels peaceful, avoidance creates distance for you, because peace doesn't feel safe. And so this is self-sabotage, but the reason it's happening is because your nervous system is trying to make you safe. And so when your nervous system finally learns, you feel in your body, it's safe to receive, everything changes. This is not a mindset. This is not a journaling thing. It's literally energy in your body that like softens. And so when your body softens, when you feel safe to receive, not a mindset or anything, opportunities come to you, money comes to you, clients reach out, love deepens across all aspects of your relationships, not just romantic. Life softens because you're no longer operating in this anxious or like avoidant, pushing things away. And so really, guys, I'm going to give like an exercise shortly in a moment to drop you into your body, because your body is the compass for receiving anything that you desire. It's not in your mind. And so I'm really going to help you shift from a concept, ideology in your mind to deeper into your body. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to place your hand on your heart. And I want you to say to yourself, it's safe to receive, and then insert your desire. It's safe to receive more X. And just notice where you feel anything in your body. Typically, there's like a contraction or a tension or gripping. And that tension is your attachment pattern showing up in your body. But when you rewire that and meet that tension in your body with compassion, with safety, with love, with support, this is all the energy attunement work that I do. Your nervous system becomes regulated. You rewire the body so you can receive your desires, and you reprogram your attachment style and pattern energetically. So if you want to dive deeper into this, you can send me a DM. But the truth here, guys, is you don't manifest through effort. You receive through safety. You attract people and experiences that mirror your attachment style to life itself. And you can change what you attract by shifting your energy inside your body. You don't need to do more. You need to just create more safety inside of yourself. And so when your body feels safe, you'll be seen, you'll be supported, you'll attract more. And my work helps you do exactly this, because the truth is, guys, receiving is your natural state. It's who you've always been. You just developed like energetic attachment patterns with mass, with like distortions, with gripping inside your body because you don't feel safe. And so they were safety mechanisms when you were younger, but they no longer are helping you. They no longer are actually keeping you safe. It's actually blocking you from receiving. And so you really need to get clear on what you desire and how you are the one that's subconsciously blocking yourself from receiving. I see this all the time, specifically with my clients. All of them are very high performers. They say they want one thing, yet they do a different thing. And so if you want to shift any of this, it's rewiring the nervous system. I'm going to see if anything else wants to come through. You think that you need to do more, but you really just need to let go. And letting go doesn't mean that you do nothing at all, but it means that you take aligned action from your heart, from your body. And also sometimes you will have to push yourself off the edge. If you are someone that desires connection, but you're isolating yourself, you need to rewire that and create safety in connection. If you are someone that desires more business clients, then you need to be able to feel more safe holding all of that. But the more that you avoid, the more that you are anxious, it's just going to create more and more of that energy. I'm going to see what else wants to come through. I'm massively intuitive and psychic, so I read the energy field. I want you to do one thing today that embodies the version of you that feels safe to receive. Just allow whatever comes to your mind. Just allow and take tiny steps in that direction. And if you are someone with an anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style, I want you to reflect on how it is actually creating your entire life and blocking you from receiving. There's nothing you need to do to receive. You need to actually unbecome and unbind from the energetic patterns that are living inside your nervous system. This is all the work that I do. So if you want to dive deeper into this, send me a message. And I hope this episode was powerful for you. I love these daily Instagram lives, whether you're tuning in from my Instagram or YouTube or podcast. I always love hearing from you. So feel free to send me a message with what comes through on your heart. And if you want to dive deeper, my work is available for you. Typically, it calls you in or invites you in when you feel activated by my words, something shifts inside of your body. My work is for you. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.